After the model is imported, we don't need this design module again. So we can close this one by close this. You can see you have a green tick here that indicates the geometry has been imported to the ANSYS. The next one we are going to do is to move on to the model. When you double click this one, a new window will appears like this. So in this window, we have a set different layout. We still have our working area, and then we have the model. We have a set different appearance here. That allows us to assign some force or boundary condition or constraints to the model before we actually do the simulation. As we said, after you have the model, the next things we need to do is to mesh the model. So we click on mesh here. Right. Whenever you see the lightning sign here, it indicate that step hasn't been finished. So one geometry, then the coordinate system, then the next is coordinate system is done automatically. Then the next is the mesh. So click on mesh and lightning sign. So to do that, we can actually use update. Then it start to mesh it. Right. If the mesh is not the idea, we could actually refine the mesh by click on this plus sign. Okay, the size. So we click on this adaptive, make sure it's adaptive, and click on this one, and then it gives you coarses and medium and fine. We use the medium. Right. Then we see this one becomes lightning again, then we do the update. Remesh it. You'll see we have a smaller element. Because we are using an educational version of the ANSYS, it actually limits us a certain number of elements can be used to mesh a model. So I put the upper limits there. So we only can do the simple model, unless you purchase very expensive commercial one. So it doesn't actually affect us to teach you how to use the software. So this is the medium mesh. In general, as we mentioned before, in order to actually validate your model, you need to do what is called convergence study. Basically, you use a different number of mesh, so as you can see whether it gives you similar results. In theory, we tend to use as little as possible, but that won't give you accurate results. We could actually push the element number as high as we want, but that causes two problems. One is if you get the educational version, you won't be able to actually mesh it more than 16,000 nodes. The second problem is once you mesh that one with a smaller elements, the time to run the model would actually be increased dramatically. So we need to actually have a balance between the number of elements mesh the model and the time used to run the model. So the balance point or optimized point we're trying to find is the one we try. This is the reason we try to do the convergence study. Right. So this step, you can see the mesh, the lighting signs becomes green tick. So it's done for this video.